Excuse me, do you have a minute to answer some questions on love and relationships?
I believe in love.
I don't have relationships. I don't know anything about them.
I don't know about love. I know nothing about it. The most important thing in a relationship is trust.
Trust. Trust.
First of all, the idea of soulmates. Do you believe in that concept? No.
I believe you search your life for that one person that you're destined to be with.
I'm a firm believer that you'll never find your soulmate on Sunset Boulevard.
What don't men get about women? You don't listen, you just don't hear it. You hear it, but you don't get it.
One thing I don't get about women is why they want to talk on the phone so much.
What don't women get about men?
They don't get that we're not women.
There's not that much to get, you know? I mean, that sounds sexist, but
Pretty cut and dried.
think 14 and I think you've got it.
Who has more power in a relationship, the man or the woman?
The woman! Because you, dummy, she's the creator. You only do a little push.
Do you have this list of qualifications for the perfect mate?
I think you always have to compromise. If you have a set standard, I think you should just set yourself up for disappointment.
It's a very New York concept, I would say. It's a very sort of competitive, like, did you get a good deal?
But you could reevaluate your standards. I mean, maybe you're not being realistic about what you're looking for.
I think I'm too fussy. What I want, I'll know when I see it.
What are you looking for right now?
You know what I do? I take him by the hand and run with him just as fast as I can.
Why is it so hard to make it work?
Well, my basic philosophy is that men and women weren't really meant to live together in a marriage as we do in this culture. I think the hunters and the gatherers had a sort of good arrangement. The women hung out, did what they had to do. The men hung out, did what they had to do. They got together every so often, had a little fun, and then they went and did their thing. And it really worked out. Everybody was pretty happy that way.
So, what's the typical LA man like?
I don't know. Mine killed me 30 years ago, so that's all I can say.
silly for the sake of love. We have a major fight, okay? We come down to my apartment. It's 4 a.m. I can't sleep because I know we've had this huge fight. So I go over on my bicycle at 5 a.m. to get my mother's popover pan. The only cast iron popover pan I know to make perfect popovers. And I go across, it's freezing, icy cold on my bicycle to get the popover pan, come back at 6 a.m. I crawl into bed so he doesn't know that I went to get the pan and he'd think I was really obsessed or something. And I make him popovers at like 8 a.m. because I think making popovers in the perfect cast iron pan will make everything okay.
And did it work?
He said to me, God, the horror of it. He said to me, these are full of air. Little did he know that's what you strive for in a popover, is that they're full of air. And right then I knew that he was not my soulmate.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done for love?
Get married.
Changing the subject just a little bit, how important is physical attraction?
Very important, very important. But then it's just like a honeymoon. After the honeymoon, you find out who you are and what you are. It's physical in the beginning, and later on it changes.
Love doesn't mean that you get in bed and do a little push. That's not really true love. That's just momentario, only for the time being.
How important is physical attraction?
Chemistry? That's part of it. That's the icing on the cake.
What's the most important part?
Ingredients.
So, how do you become a soulmate?
I think you make it. Growing into being each other's soulmate. The best possible relationship is when you feel your truest self with them and they elevate you in some way.
Well, does it really exist? Have you found your soulmate?
I think I have, but he might not know it.
If you could describe your dream person, what do you think you would say?
I do have one regret. I should have worked harder. It's a situation where you take the other person for granted. You know, you're together, you're going to be together forever, so why worry about doing something a little special for that person?
All you have to do for a very successful long marriage is one thing, two words. Yes, dear.
And he finally learned to say, yes, dear, and there's no problems.
Would Ellen Lakowski please return to the dance floor? Oh, it seems Ellen has left the building. Well, would one of our other bridesmaids join our best man run on the dance floor, please? Okay, how about the flower girl? No, don't cry, sweetie. It's all right. Well then, would Nana Burns, the grandmother of the bride, care to be rolled out onto the dance floor? Fine! Is there one kind-hearted woman out there? Perhaps the caterer's daughter? Please?